Welcome back to Anthony Lee Raw. Guys, today we're going to be looking at the August price prediction video. Now, for those of you who have never seen this, you do not want to miss this. I'm telling you, give us just a few minutes. What I have done is I've gone back through the full history of Bitcoin, and I have tracked every single month of every single year, the historical data, from the open of the month to the close, to the wick high, wick low, high date, low date, all that good stuff. And I have put it all in one chart. And each month we go through and calculate averages, and we look for trends and different things that really stick out. And we come to a prediction. And we have gotten really good at these. So check it out. We're looking at the July prediction right here, and I just don't think we could have gotten it any better. Now, I did predict it to go to this box here, but you have to understand, these are historical averages, and I know I have to explain this to some people, but let's say 1 month price goes here and another month it goes here, right? The average is in the middle. So these boxes that I have on the chart are the averages of what it has done historically, okay? And we nail them. And then I give my own little spin on it. And my own little spin was this blue line that I drew, and I just don't think you could have gotten this much better. We called for a pull down in the first few days. You can go back and watch the video if you don't believe me, first few days. Then a move up. I called for the 8th, and I called a dip, then rip. Okay, we got this move down on the 7th, so pretty dang good. I just don't think you could have done it any better. We did come up a little short of my target, but either way, we traded this in the Discord. We made lots of profit on it, and if you were there, you know what I'm talking about, guys. In fact, if you weren't there, I'll show you. We're still in that trade right there. We're still up $8,000 in that trade, and I took it based on the Damien indicator signal also, and I will show you that on the 24-hour time frame. We got Damien. You can get this indicator at anthonyleeraw.com. I will link a comment down below, and we did short the Damien signal up here up top as well. I shorted it on 2 different occasions, $3,400 profit and $2,900 profit, all just from the Damien indicator, guys. This thing is amazing. Anyway, let's dive in. So you can see here we did really well on the July stats, and just so you can see a little more history here, let me turn Damien off. June stats. Let's put up June. We nailed June. We didn't come up to the target box. This was the historical target box, but I actually put on here that we did go only 0.5% high the last bear market. And what you're going to find is Bitcoin is tracking very closely to bear market years. So we called for this, and we literally moved right up to it. Even though the historical average was here, we knew to look for a bear market type retracement, and then we nailed the box down low. So we really just are killing it on these stats. And we'll look at one more. We'll go back and look at May just to see how we did in May. And I mean, you just couldn't have gotten this any better. And I put these out the day before each new month. So this is called in advance. So let's see. Let me pull over my table so you can see what we're looking at for August. Flashbang, guys. All right, here are the August stats. And in red, these are bear market Bitcoin years. So what you can see here down low, the winning percentage here is only 30% win percentage for Bitcoin in the month of August. So really a negative month for Bitcoin. It's really flippy-floppy on the numbers. I actually would exclude the 66% wick high. That is a big-time outlier, so it really kind of skews the data a little bit. So if we exclude that, these are historical averages. Your wick high of about 10% and your wick low of about 15%. But I really think we are tracking much closer to bear market behavior, midterm years, bear market years, whatever you want to call them, 2018, 2022. So I have gone and done averages and did my Chinese arithmetic on everything. And this is not a technical analysis video based on anything else. No moving averages, no anything like that. I did a video on that earlier today. This is just historical data. And based upon this table and these averages, I did come up with your low date, your high date, and things like this. Here is what I am predicting for August. And boom. Okay, so here are what we have standing out. August, 70% of the time it closes negative. It is 50-50. It's a coin flip as to whether or not you move up first or move down first. And what I always tell my crew is don't try to trade it then until we know, because we don't have a good indication of which way it's going to go first. It literally 50-50 either way. So if this is the average low and this is the average high, right, and price is here, then we're in the middle, okay? And this is middle of the range trading. We don't do that. What we would do better is set a trap, okay? The trap will be if it comes here or to the target box, we'll be ready to open a short if we get what we need to see. Damien, Bjorn, other indicators that we have. Or if it comes here first, we'll be ready for the trap so we can look for the long trade, right? Don't try to middle of the range trade when you have a 50-50 coin flip as to whether or not it's going to go high or low first, okay? So based upon historical data, 50-50, 86% chance the high or the low is set in the first week. So this is not something that typically just him hauls around and then at some point moves up and at some point moves down. This is a month that 86% of the time chooses the first direction immediately and sets the high or the low for the month in the first week. Here's where it gets interesting. If the high is set first, then 100% of the time, if Bitcoin moves up first, it has closed the month negative, okay? Closed it red. That doesn't mean it's always going to be 100%, but that is the stat after 14 years. Okay, here's where it gets bad for Bitcoin. If the low is first, okay, versus the high first, 100% negative. But if the low comes first, you only have a 57% chance of closing positives, which means if the low comes first, you still have a 43% chance of closing negative. So, and how would that be if the low comes first? Why wouldn't the high come? Well, the high could still come second, right? It would. So you could come down like this, and then your high is set second, right? But still not get back to where you started the month, so you close red. So this is not a good month for Bitcoin historically. It doesn't mean it can't be. It just hasn't been, okay? And one more critical note is that 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 14, your monthly wick high was opened up with less than 1.5% wick to the upside. So tiny move to the upside before moving down. Your historical average low would call for your box to come down here. However, that would cause you to create a new low. And I personally think the bottom is in. So I don't think we're going to get that. I'll show you one more reason in just a second that I don't think this low is going to be taken out based upon bear market behavior. But my prediction for Bitcoin is likely a move up to start the month. But that is really irrelevant. I don't care if we move up or down first. What I do care about is my prediction for the box. This is my target box to the downside, whether we come here first or whether we go up first. That is my target box to the downside. I do not think we set a new low this month. I'm not saying we can't set a new low in Q4. I just don't think it comes in August, even though this is the historical average. But again, averages mean sometimes you came here, sometimes you came here, and this is in the middle, okay? So that would be the historical average box, the green box down below, which is why I put an extended red dotted line here. My big green arrow goes to where I personally, Anthony Lee, predict price to go. Whether we go up or down first. But historically, it looks like we would open to the upside and then come down to that box there. That is my prediction. Now, one more reason I want to show you, let me zoom out just a little bit here on the chart, and I'm going to kind of hide this stuff real quick. I'm going to throw on 2 fractals, and I'm not a fractal guy, okay? But bear markets have been behaving eerily similar, and if you look at the last 2 bear markets, I have copied and pasted the fractals on here, okay? And it looks very similar, your Julys, right? Your Julys heading up just like this. I mean, almost identical. You got 3 tops, 1, 2, 3 right here, 1, 2, 3, same thing. This was from 2022, and this is, bottom one is 2018. You didn't have the 3 tops here. You only had 2 tops in 2018, but nonetheless, you came up, and then in August, you came down, right? August, you came down, but neither of these months did you take out the low set in July. And our low set in July just happens to be the low of this bear market. And let's go back and take a look at that. Let's go to 2018 first. I think I have these on here. Thought I had these on here. There they are. All right, so you can see we came down and we did not take out this last swing low. We came down but didn't take it out, rallied up, and then him hauled along, and then later in Q4 we came and took it up, but we did not take this low out, okay? We came down near it, but we did not take it out, and if we go to 2022, and of course you can see that on the fractals. I just want you to see it on the candles too. And in 2022, same thing. We came down here. We did not take out the swing low there. We bounced. We later came and took it out in September, but we did not take it out in August. So bear market behavior so far has been to come down near it, but not quite take it out, just kind of tease it, and then later just kind of roll off the edge. I don't even think we do that, but that we have other videos on that. I think the low is in. I think you're going to scare everyone here. If you look at, and I've predicted this, but if we throw on value area range here, we have the value area low coming in here. I think we're going to come down, we're going to hit this box, we're going to scare everybody. A whole record-breaking shorts open up here, thinking that we're just have to head down to sub 50K, and I think they get trapped and squeezed. That's exactly what I think is going to happen here. And part of the reason I think that, I said I wasn't going to go off on this, I've already covered it, but part of the reason I believe that, guys, is this low right here that we set in June. No other bear market have we come back up and taken it out until Q4. We did go ahead and come on and get this last wave down, this liquidity sweep, so the job is done. We've never done that before, so I don't think we have to come back and grab this. We've already done it. And in all other bear markets, we never came and grabbed this low right here until Q4. We did something like this, and then like this, and then stuff like this, and then eventually came and got it. But we've already done it, so I don't think we have to do it. That's just my opinion. Only time will tell. However, regardless of whether we have to do it, or we do it, or we don't do it, this is my August projection, and we will just check back this time next month, and we'll see how we do. Let me know down below what you think. By the way, get on over AnthonyLeeRaw.com. You do not want to miss out on this Damien indicator. Just look at what beast mode this is, and I'm just on the 24-hour time frame. It works on any time frame. Look at these calls it gives you, guys. You absolutely cannot beat these, guys. You can't do it. Damien indicator is 11 divergences in one. You can't beat it. I don't care who you are or what indicator you have. You cannot beat this. AnthonyLeeRaw.com. Damien indicator. Let me know. I'll see you guys next time.